me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Who am I but I'm Dre Mack? Came into the game just to spit facts. Into the space that I'm in. They got me by the Drake cause I'm cold with the pen. I find no diamonds but I still shine. You can dig me cause my boy's mine. My tracks flame like a Galoo. The orange blood on my tongue. Thinking it's a warm glue. I'ma throw with a gas leak. Camouflage in the mist, but you smell me. One spark, then I bet you I'ma blow up. You throw my name around, get stupid, then you go dumb. No rest for the weary. A versus thinking in his man, but you can't see me. You rather drink, they gon' pull up. I'm drinking knife through the game, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. I came to eat at the a la carte. Got stripped of a bear, call me brainstorm. Then I come together like a Voltron. Then I poured all the planks, you need Decepticons. Fake brothers to retreat like Cobra. 80s they can flow, they like. Up in the storage and I'm man. Up, down, then I'm cheap. You a beast, man. I take a beat in. Ninja turtle rap, turtle clans get defeated. High in my ride, you can call me Night Rider. You can never stop me, cause I'm a guy ball. Bad attitude like a rocket, my whole to the A, and I bet you can stop us. LL bad when I go and show up. You can hear the haters in the back. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
What's up? What is going on, everybody? This your man, Dre Mack, coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mack Show. This is a 4 o'clock edition because I overslept, and sometimes I be mad. I'm like, man, I know they're respecting a live morning show. I overslept. I was tired. I'm mad. Throw the chair. I'm mad. But sometimes it actually works in my favor because this was dropped in my lap, and this is what I wasn't going to talk about. But, man, the saga continues, and I can't wait. I can't wait to dive into this reaction. I can't wait. Oh, boy. Oh, man. So, my man Ernie, Blurred Without Fear, comes through and say, yeah, I called him a because it's within 3 minutes. Oh, okay, we passed 3 minutes. I can't see it just yet, but Ernie is the Blurred Without Fear is the one who called him a crackhead. I don't want to say that. It ain't funny. It's not funny. But he's the one who called him, no C word, which I will talk in at the 10-minute mark. And now we have context. We now have context to what is going on. And this now makes a lot more sense. Why Rob, because I thought it was just some random person calling him that, and then Rob reacted. I didn't know it was my man Bird Without Fear. So, ooh, buddy. And, being honest with you, I just woke up not too long ago. I just so happened to wake up and I seen it. And I was like, yo. And I started watching a little bit. I was like, nope. Let me stop. I'm talking about, I was a minute into it. And I was like, nope, let me stop. You know what I'm saying? Just for a moment. And let me get my behind up. Let me do a reaction video to this. Again, I actually was going to tape this, but nah, I got to do it live. And I know that some people gave me a little bit of heat for my video because it was contrast to my live. And I'm going to explain to you why. But before I get to that, hopefully you guys are happy. Hopefully you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gant over at the Heavy Gant React channel. But you already know what it is. The real question is, are you
say why you hating on my energy? Say why you hating on my energy? I don't think you wanna be my enemy.
All right. So let me just explain the difference between my video and my live I did, so you can kind of understand where my thought process was. When I first seen the video from Comics Explained, he was just like, he just said somebody, he didn't say any names, it's just somebody called him a coon, right? And for me, I'm always going to come, when I first hear information, I learned how to come from a logical standpoint first until at least additional information comes in or something, but I'm gonna always come from a logical standpoint first. So that way I'm not allowing my emotions to dictate my actual feelings, if you get what I'm saying. I'm not allowing emotions to interject with logical thought. So I'm gonna come from a logical, critical thinking standpoint, right? So I'm not attacking the person based on what I feel. I'm logically listening to the conversation and responding as such. But I said in my video, the whole, when Rob said, when black thieves become when I do it just because they're black, that's when it becomes political. And that's what stuck in my craw. That's what made me do the live, right? Because now the live is my emotion. Because emotionally, there's something that's tugging at me that I can't shake, and I got to get it off my chest. So that's why there was a lot more vigor in the live that I did about the black politics and stuff like that, because something about that just rubbed me all the wrong way. No diddy. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why there was a lot more vigor, because now I'm coming from an emotional standpoint. Because why does anything that black people do, black people create, black people are just asking for more, for you with a bigger platform to just, say something about this. Why does it have to be political? And I think that's where, hold on, I'm about to raise my camera up a little bit just for the people that's watching me on the mobile version. But why does anything that's black, why does that have to be so political now? Why is it a political statement? I understand that the comics may not resonate against you, but damn, you're not even doing it, for Black History Month. Not even doing it to educate anybody. You just, and I went and I posted it on my post that he literally 9 years ago, he literally talked about Static Shock. And the reason why he talked about Static Shock, not because he liked the character. It's not because he liked the character. It's because people in his comment section was asking for it. And he was damn near like, damn, since you're asking for it, let me do it. And then he went into the history of milestone comments and all of that. But it was just like, damn, here. I didn't want to talk about this anyway. Then he was like, you know, and you know, he ended it with, you know, there's just not enough comic book, not a lot of comic book history. That's the reason why they talk about it. But then you fast forward 9 years later, and he was like, I don't want to do stuff because it just didn't resonate with me. And then if I do it, I'm just doing it for because I'm engaging in black politics. Now, again, that's 9 years ago. People's thought process and stuff like that could change. But when you go that extreme, where it's just now black politics to bring up milestone comics, again, it may not resonate with you, but it is a part of black history. It's a part of history, comic book history, because of how we were shunned. That's why I brought up the example of Black Panther. Everybody is talking so high about Black Panther and T'Challa this and T'Challa that, but people forget that that character was damn near dormant. No, he was dormant. No solo runs, no solo anything for 10 years, from 1978 to 1988, when they did a 4-issue run to satisfy the masses and made it about apartheid. And then the man was gone again for another 10 years until Christopher Priest, the writer and the constructor of this new Black Panther mythos, came along, and then he went forward. Christopher Priest saved Black Panther. He saved it because they didn't want nothing to do with it for years. And that's not important to talk about when we start talking about Black Panther being the first mainstream comic book hero. And the reason why a lot of other black characters was either sidekick characters, dormant, or literally characters of people from 70s exploitation, the 70s exploitation movement, Luke Cage and Monica Rambeau. And if you don't believe me, go back and read those comics. Just go back and read the 80s comics. So that's the reason why I had so much vigor, because now, damn everything, damn the logical side. Now, here's my emotions to this. And again, I did not know who called him a coon, why he was called a coon, none of that. But now I'm looking at it, I'm looking at it from my point of view, and I'm saying what you're saying, my brother, is wrong, because you don't know how significant it is for other black kids to be able to know in the black viewership that you have, because you do have black viewership. But damn what they want, you understand, because your majority is their feelings and what they want to hear, to me, is greater than what you could provide. And that's a sad realization. Again, he could do what the hell he wants to. Now we know what it is. That's the conclusion I came with from my logical side and my feeling side. Now that you know both sides of where I was coming from, let's get into all who's in the house so we can get to this, because I got about an hour and about 15 minutes, about an hour and 15 minutes to do this before I go. I got to get up and go to work. You know what I'm saying? So, Mr. Alabulin, what's going on? Alcabulin, what's good? What's good? What's good? Q is not a robot. The admin, what's up? What's up? JD Informant, what's up? What's up? That's hilarious. Now we about to get into it, Jay. We about to get into it. X-Men, Xavier Phoenix, what's up? What's up? What's up? Stevie Knight and Tyrone Magnus. They both tasting the biscuits. Judabit Israel, what's up? What's up? What's up? Shut up, Jay. Shut up, Jay. Let me see. Torian, what up? Let me see. Not the battle of boy, but D Stizzle, the admin boy, you a wild boy for that one. You a wild boy for that one. Oh boy. Let me see. Marley Marr, what's up? You know, my man's out here doing black comics. I love it. Freaking love it. I can't wait. What up, Kyle Rabbit? What's up? BMO in the house. What's up? She. What's good? See what I'm saying? This is the time I'm supposed to be waking up and getting ready for work. Because I need y'all to understand that I work overnight, and then I come in early in the morning after coming in from work from a long day of work and give y'all what I give y'all. All right. Justice Note, what's up? Yisrael Yawada. What's going on? Yahawada. Did I say that right? Man, never mind. What's up? I probably. Yep, Missy Knight. Yep, you right. Junior Network. What's up? I am Waffles. What's good? No, this is not a new time slide. Not a new time slide. I just overslept and I gotta get this video out. What's up, Newt? My cousin Newt. What's good? So what's the end game here? Do we want Rob gone? What's up? I don't want Rob gone. I want Rob. See, I'm glad you said that, Newt. That's my cousin. Shout out to my cousin. I'm glad you said that, Newt. That's so profound that you said that. I don't want Rob gone. If Rob can listen to Neurotic and the Critical Drinker, and maybe something can spark his thought, his words, not mine, can spark his thought to make him not think he's 100% right, then damn it, me saying you could be able to at least educate people on different comics and different comic books, even if you just pander during Black History Month. At least I know you're getting the information now about the Black-owned comics, you know what I'm saying, the history of Black-owned comics, and some of these black comic book creators that is out here. Especially if you got well over 2 million subscribers. What's wrong with that? If you can listen to them, then damn it, you can listen to me too. You know what I mean? So I don't want him gone. I just want him to spark the change in his mind. You know what I mean? That's it. The Hula Gang, what's up? Tank, what's good? What up, Tank? I wonder if he'll talk about the new DC Milestone book coming out, or the new Milestone stories that will be coming out. Probably not. Which is unfortunate, but you know, I mean, he is getting cooked. I'm not gonna lie, he's getting cooked. Okay. No, I'm not off, but I got about an hour and 15 minutes to go. I got until my time. I got about an hour. So we about to get into this. Hey, I know how you are. I already know how you are, D-Steps. I know how you are. You know what I mean? I already know. You know what I'm saying? So what up, bro? What's up? My brother Rico was up here. What's up, Ian? I ain't see you in a minute. What's good? Yep, great point. If he can listen to Neurotic, he can cover Milestone. Rob covered things he's not followed before. That's all I'm saying. You cannot say I followed Neurotic and Critical Drinker, and I don't even agree with nothing that they say, but I listen to them because I want to hear what they have to say, because I might not be 100% right at the time, and they might not be 100% right at the I might not be 100% wrong at they might not be 100% wrong. So what is the difference between you listening to them and gathering information for them and even repeating that on your channel, but Milestone is just completely, you know, black politics? Is black, you're diving into black. That does not make sense to me. It does not make sense to me. So we're about to make sense of it. And now that we know who called him the coon, you know what I mean? I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know. We know who did it. So now we're about to get into why he did it. But before we get into that, just hey, Most BK, sit back and enjoy the ride. That's all I'm saying. Sit back and enjoy the ride. We about to talk about it, and then come on, fam. Sometimes Carlton is just and again. Even Carlton, that episode of Carlton, when they tried to call him out on him basically being an Oreo, Carlton knew his history. Carlton knew how black he was. You know what I'm saying? He might not have fitted to the mold of what we consider, you know, or urban blackness, but he's still black at the end of the day, and he knew where he came from. You know what I'm saying? So again, if you can listen to Geeks and Gamer, Neurotic, Eric July, you can listen to all these people that you don't fool with, then what's the difference between listening to me? Unless you don't want to get black politics. You know what I mean? Come on now. Let's go. Before we get into that, you already know, let me shout out my crew members. We gotta pay for some biscuits. You know what I mean? So let's get ready. Let's go. Let's get this live started. Let's do it. Hold up. Wait a minute. Whoa. Stop everything you're doing. Go and hit that like button. I know this is probably your first time watching and you probably enjoying everything. Stop fucking on the channel and go and hit that subscribe button so you never miss one of my videos or one of my morning live streams. And for only $2.99 a month, you know you can be a part of the crew. And shout out to all my crew members that have been holding it down for Dre Mack and the crew since the beginning. All right, back to your regularly scheduled program, now in service. Go. Bye. All right. All right. So let me do this. Let me transition real quick. You already know we got some biscuits to buy. Now I'm not gonna do the longer video. We already seen Stedman. We'll get back to Stedman tomorrow. But we got biscuits to bake. So I'll be right back with more of the Dre Mack Show. Don't go nowhere.
Knight Rider will continue in a moment.
Them biscuits I smell, Mom.
That's my Hungry Jack.
Tommy takes one of them. Them my mama biscuits.
Switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Does a 10-pound bag of flour make a really big biscuit?
All right. So let's get this video together. Let's get this thing started again. Blur Without Fear. He said I did it. I called him what I called him. Let's see what he got to say. Let's go.
Okay, it's time to have a very hard conversation about what is objectively YouTube's biggest comic book content creator. Let's talk about it. So you guys have probably already heard the news by now. I'm sure it's already made the rounds and the drama has already ensued. But yes, YouTube's biggest comic book content creator has been called, and not only has he been called, he's been called by me. Here's the thing that I want to put up front about this and what this video is about. And
this is where it got me, because I didn't know it was him. That's why the title was that's why the thumbnail is labeled the thumbnail. So now that we know who told him, who said it, let's get into it. Let's see what he has to say.
What it's not about. For one, I don't care that Rob doesn't cover black characters on his channel during Black History Month. I don't even really care that Rob doesn't cover black characters on his channel unless it's convenient for him, or there's some algorithmic gain he can get out of it, because that's honestly a lot of the reason why he does what he does. Money motivates Rob more than anything else. Let's just keep it a buck. I don't care about any of that. That's actually not why I agreed with the sentiment that he was. And there's actually a misconception about why people
it's a sound effect.
Think I called Rob. There's actually even some misconception on Rob's part as to why I called him a. And for anyone who was wondering,
he just keeps calling him that. And the sound effect is, oh man, oh boy.
Yes, I have actually spoken with Rob in the time that all this has gone on. I actually tried to reach out to him before I made my statement publicly defending him from allegations of such. And he kind of blew off the whole thing as if it didn't really matter, or he didn't really actually care. Like he literally chuckled it off with like, oh, LOL. Let's get that out of the way first. And after I defended him from
wait a minute.
From allegations of such.
I want to see the tweet.
He kind of blew off the whole thing as if it didn't really matter, or he didn't really actually care. Like he literally.
Okay, he said, okay, Blur Without Fear. This was February 5th. He said, caught a glimpse of Twitter. All the shit's going on over there. You good? And he said, always LOL. Okay, all right.
Chuckled it off with like, oh, LOL. Let's get that out of the way first. And after I defended him from allegations of because he does not, quotey fingers, represent or support black characters, evidence to the contrary came out of the woodwork, so to speak.
Saying the receipts
post that I put up defending him in video format, mind you.
Right, get caught up on Twitter. While I disagree, I get why it was said. Oh wow. Now again, I said I didn't agree with someone just calling them that. You know what I'm saying? But again, I have to know the full context. Again, that's why my video is more logic based, and I try to take my emotions out of it. Yeah, the chipmunk sound is killing me, and I'm trying not to laugh, but that's the reason why I did my video compared to my live, and I still didn't call him a coon. You know, it got to be a lot of evidence. You got to be some buttery biscuit activity going on for me to call somebody a coon. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. So again, and I tag Blur Without Fear in this video. So, and we were supposed to link up from the last reaction video that I did. And hopefully one day we get to do that. But again, the reason why my video is the way it is because I wanted to come from a logical standpoint. Again, the live that I did was more from an emotional standpoint because it's what he said, and I took offense to that. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at. This here is why I need to know the whole entire context of why he's being called, you know what I'm saying? I wish I had that sound effect. And the evidence of why he's being called that. So we're going to get into it. Let's see what I still haven't seen all of this. I only seen the first minute and I was like, uh-oh, you know what I mean? Let me get on live. So
someone pointed out to me that Rob follows white supremacists.
Yep, he said that in his video.
There were people, when I talked about this publicly online on Nerds of Culture just this past week, there were people who tried to come to me and to his defense saying that, oh, well, he's probably only doing it for research, or he's probably only doing it for this, that. And here's the thing. I want y'all to stop because y'all actually gave him an excuse that he later parroted in video response.
He really did.
You getting out. And I want to point out in this video, which I believe was almost 10 minutes long, he spent almost the entirety of the video talking about Blue Marvel and a bunch of other ancillary bullshit, and then waited till the last minute of the video to address the fact that he follows white supremacists. And he treated it almost as if, and I'm not the only one thinks this, there was a lot of people who were responding to me pointing this out. A lot of people were, even saying that it kind of felt like one of his explainer videos, like the way he framed it, the way he
remember. That's why I went back and did the video, the live, because I was like, something in this just does not sound right to me. And again, I honestly don't care what anybody does. It's not. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got nothing to do with me or whatever. But that's why I brought up the fact if you can follow them, and we have covered Critical Drinker, Neurotic, you know what I'm saying? All the saltine, buttery biscuit things that they do. But then again, Milestone Comments is where you draw the line. It didn't sit. It did not sit right with me. It didn't sit right with me.
Kind of danced around everything and didn't really talk about the thing that, supposedly he was there to talk about. But at the end of it, when he did actually talk about it, and I want to make something clear here, I personally addressed him before giving my opinion on this. And I'm going to tell you, matter of fact, before I tell you what he said in that video that didn't make any goddamn sense, let me talk to you guys about what actually happened in that DM exchange. Basically, to start the whole thing on February 5th, I said, hey, caught a glimpse on Twitter, all the shit going on over there. You good?
Oh, okay. So somebody did call him. So somebody did call him a coon. Somebody did. Comics Explained might just be a coon. How are you the biggest comic book YouTuber and a black man and not have a series over the most impactful black-owned comic book company of all time? You know what I'm saying? That's actually a fair assumption. If let's be honest, if that's not a fair assumption, I wouldn't have. He said it just might be a coon. Rob didn't post this, so I only came from Rob's point of view. You know what I mean? I only came from Rob's point of view. But let's be fair. What he's saying is not you know, is not out of the realm of criticism. You are the biggest comic book YouTuber here. You know, God rest Benny soul, but Benny's gone. So, as a black man and the biggest YouTuber, as Comics Explained, that is a fair question. And he didn't call you a coon. He said you might just be one, but he didn't call. Now I know the context. That's why I don't give emotional responses when I just got one side. That's why I don't give emotional responses when I do my reaction video. I come from a logical standpoint because I don't know all the information. Now that I have context, that was a fair question, dude. And you could have said, man, I'm not, man, why would I be a coon? You know what I'm saying? Why me? What I do? But that's a fair question, though. That's not something you should, you know. I mean, but my man tapped it, like, let's be real. Now that hindsight is 2020, now that I got the context, now that I got the tweet, dog, you tap dance, you Michael Jackson moonwalk dance, all of that. You know what I mean? Before you actually got to the subject. So technically, you made yourself look like an ass on that one, big dog.
He messaged me like a few hours later saying, always, LOL. Now, this is before I found out that on Twitter, he follows very well-known white supremacist, Gary, is it Belcher? I don't know, maybe he was a Bob Burgers character, I don't know. But otherwise, Gary, aka Nerdrotic, and Will Jordan, aka Critical Drinker. Two people.
White is a white supremacist.
Who are at the forefront of many of the racist and you know, just outright bigoted across the board, not even just racist, but like homophobic, transphobic, really just about any kind of phobic you could add to it that would be just completely ridiculous for a person to feel about another human being. And yeah, he follows them. And when I saw that, that was kind of my canary in the coal mine, which, to be fair, there should have been others. Rob's done plenty of dumb, problematic shit before this. But yes, that was my canary in the coal mine. And I want to make something clear. This wasn't something that like, oh, he had just started following them. He said that he started following them 6 months ago in that video I kind of alluded to earlier. But either way, he doesn't follow very many people. He follows like 215 people. And while the list I looked at didn't show all 215, Critical Drinker and Nerdrotic were damn near at the bottom of his follow list, which for those who don't know, if you're on Twitter, you look at someone's follow list, whoever's at the bottom are the people that person has been following the longest. Let's get that out of the way. But then he comes back later after I saw this evidence and then said, yes, okay, maybe you guys were right. He is a
all right, so before he gets into the sound effect, it's just funny to me. I haven't been on Twitter in like 2 years. My shit is 200% deleted, so I can't see shit anymore. But now this screenshot is sitting in front of me, and yeah, I was wrong. You're right. Rob is I mean, good God. But again, that's why I use the phrase, if you can listen to Critical Drinker, you know what I'm saying? If you can listen to Nerdrotic, you can make an excuse that if I went to go get a beer with these guys, you know, if I seen these guys at the comic book convention and they say, hey, you're Rob from Comics Explained, let's go get a beer, I would say no. You know what I'm saying? And keep it going because I can listen to them because they might spark a conversation that maybe that I'm not 100% right about. Then what is that? And then somebody saying, you might be a coon because you don't cover one of the biggest black comic book, companies of all time. That is fair, dude. And you blew it off. I think that's what is making this worse is because Rob blew this completely off like it wasn't nothing. You moonwalked, you danced, you went and, did all of this just to say it's black politics. You know what I'm saying? And again, I don't watch Rob as much as I used to. Again, I used to just listen to his Comics Explained videos, him and Benny's, especially Benny, because Benny will always do Deadpool comics. So I listened to that when I was at work. Now I can't really listen to that because where I work at is not good internet. So I'll listen to him as much as I used to, and I'm out of the zeitgeist of what Rob is doing. But and it's just being completely honest about that. Now that we're surfacing context to that and the way that he tried to explain it with all of this evidence, dog, I mean, he painted himself in this corner. Like, technically, he painted himself in this corner. I don't think it's not a way you can get up out of this, man. You can't two-step out of this one, big dog. You know what I'm saying? You basically out here woogie boogieing it.
He said that on Threads. And then apparently, I guess he saw it, which, I mean, honestly, I wasn't trying to hide it from him. The reason why I didn't, like, reach out to him immediately when I saw that shit is because I knew how long it would take him to respond. Because typically when I reach out to Rob, I think this was in 2024, I hit him up. It took him a few days to respond. So if I literally would have sat there, there's a high probability that it could have been a while. I remember one time I said, hey, there's something you wanted to talk to me about. And he was like, yeah, I'll hit you up in a day or so. And the next time that I heard from him was when I reached out to him over a year later. And so I just want to point this out, that Rob doesn't talk to me the way that he might try and make it seem like he talks to me. I'm not in his inner circle. I'm not like some of his other, content creator peers where he's buddy with, like Sal and Comic Drake, so on and so forth. I barely know the guy. Outside of the conversations you all have seen us have, on social media or like in a video or live stream or something like that. But then we go on to say, Rob sees the video. He messaged me on Discord, and I kind of give him about roughly the same treatment he gives me. I didn't immediately respond. I actually saw that he had messaged me and was like, okay, and moved on with my day. I went to a hip hop show, hung out with my kid, did the husbandly things, you know what I'm saying? And then, I was, just doing other stuff. I even did a live stream that day too. I was like, hey, I'm gonna give him the same energy he gives me. When I actually finally got done with my day and came back and read, I saw that it said,
I saw your thread video though. I didn't realize you felt that way. Well, I guess your thread video, your comments agreeing that I'm a coon. I don't know if it's just the word coon, because I'm gonna get in trouble with YouTube. I just said coon probably the 27th time. But I mean, you don't respond. Hold on, wait a minute. It's just like this. I had the same, not the same conversation, but y'all all know, for y'all who don't know, the beef that I had with a comic book creator about last year that tried to, say I was ducking smoke or whatever. And when I was trying to reach out, it was all this mess he was putting on Twitter. But when I was trying to get at him, like, yo, we could go live right now. Even the homies was like, hey, yo, would you ever talk to him? Hey, y'all maybe need to patch stuff up. And man didn't want to talk to me. Like, he gotta come to my channel if he wanna talk. Yeah, all right, yeah, cool, whatever. Send me a link. Blocked me from everything, but kept talking ish. And then when I went back down the rabbit hole again, I wouldn't even try. I was trying to say, hey man, what you was doing, man, that was bull. We could go holler about it right now, but it sounds like you're doing a lot of buttery biscuit activity, which I use buttery biscuit activity. They use coon. So I'm trying to make butter biscuit activity, the new coon. So I said it again. But anyway, so I went to go look at this, at him and his people's, who they fool with is his everything. Was hanging with Geeks and Gamers, Neurotic. You know what I'm saying? He was hanging with Geeks and Gamers, Neurotic. He wanted to get with Critical Drinker, having a live with Eric July. I was like, oh, that makes sense now. You part of the Buttery Biscuit crew. Oh, that's why you didn't want the smoke, because I was doing research and it was about to destroy him. So I get it. Some people just don't want that type of smoke. And it seemed like Rob didn't really want to have a conversation like that, because if you really want to have a conversation like that, then we would have been taught. You would have had a face-to-face conversation. It would have been offline. You get you get what I'm coming from. I get what you're coming from, and we go from there. You know what I'm saying? That's what it would have been. But obviously, people don't want to have that conversation, especially when they feel like they're above you anyway. Let's keep going.
Hey, I saw your thread video, though. I didn't realize you felt that way. And which is kind of funny because when he's talking about the video, I actually didn't say anything negative about him in the video. I just pointed out how Rob runs his channel and what matters to him. So I don't really know
Rico.
What there is to be angry about that. I was like, and I even was honest and said the thing that he even admitted later that he doesn't know shit about Miles.
I would not purport to be an expert on Milestone comics. Right? I mean, I could lie and say that I am, but anyone who's knowledgeable about Milestone could press me for 5 minutes and figure out that I'm full of shit, right? And making the statement that I'm knowledgeable about Milestone.
And then he messages me, like, I think almost a couple of hours later, basically saying that, well, I guess your thread video and your comments agreeing that I'm a... And it's kind of funny because, once again, he's mischaracterizing the situation. In that video, I never said he was a... So that lets me know he didn't actually watch that video. I actually was very defensive of Rob. And here, I'll show you what I said. Okay, so I saw people cooking my man shit on the artist formerly known as Twitter yesterday, and I saw it kind of escalate a little bit more the past few hours. And
hey, Miss Roberta,
about it a little bit and kind of maybe give some perspective. So yesterday, Rob was called for not uplifting, black comics and black comic creators, black superheroes, stuff like that during Black History Month. And while I think the person who threw that label at him was kind of out of pocket, I also have to admit that
that's what I said.
A reason maybe why there is this perception. Now let's go ahead and
that's exactly what I said. I said I didn't like the fact that they called him that. You know what I'm saying? Because why? Now that I see the tweet, you know what I'm saying? They didn't directly just call him that. They say you might be. You know what I'm saying? For that, and again, a person can do what they want to do on their platform. This is the problem, Manute, that I have. He doesn't have to do it, but don't say it's black politics when you do it. Because, again, he did cover Static Shock and Milestone that is on a post on my channel community post. He covered Milestone. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't, he covered Static Shock. And the reason why he did it, because people demanded it in his comment section. He's like, oh, well, I'll just do it. And he covered the history of Milestone. You know what I'm saying? He covered the history of Milestone. So what is different from when your audience wanted to do it then to somebody asking you to do it now? That's the problem. You see what I'm saying? That's the problem. What's up, Tina Targaryen? But that's the problem. Don't say it's black politics then, but then when your audience wanted 9 years ago, you went ahead and did it. You see what I mean? That's not, no. I'm not gonna give. Again, unless it's money motivated, unless it's money motivated, unless it's you don't want to offend your art. Because again, if you don't want to offend, if you don't, I understand you don't cover the channel. You know what I'm saying? But you covered it then. People are asking you to cover it now. What's the difference between then and now? You know what I'm saying? What's the difference between then and now? That's the question.
Just clear the air here. Rob has talked about black characters on his channel before. As a matter of fact,
that's why I'm calling her Tina Targaryen.
Once did it to his detriment. He is a lot of the reason why a lot of people know who Blue Marvel is to this day. And he is the biggest comics YouTuber out there. That's not a lie. It's objective. It's literally fact. it's a fact. But the problem is that in the past, when he has tried to talk about black stories, like case in point, I remember once he did a video about Sam Wilson as Captain America when that was first a thing, and his audience crucified him for it because his audience is largely white. This is why he doesn't talk about black characters very often. And I would also say you're also really only going to get black characters out of him that are like that he knows from Marvel and DC. He's not really going to talk about black characters outside of that. And let's keep it a buck. Those characters are white owned in a lot of cases, really in all cases, because, the corporations themselves are white. Now, if you want to talk about Milestone, which I saw other people like Jay Penumbra bring up, that he doesn't bring up Milestone, and a lot of other people brought this up as well. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Rob doesn't know anything about Milestone. He doesn't read Milestone, at least not to my knowledge. I've talked to the guy before, both on a hot mic and off mic. And you can even go back and look at past Blurrcades where he's come on. He's openly admitted he doesn't really know much about Milestone. He doesn't keep up with Milestone. Rob doesn't really read many comics outside of like shit, as far as I'm aware. I mean, at least most of what he talks about, like anytime we're like, when I've talked to him and brought up comics that weren't like big two comics, he generally wasn't aware of like what was going on. And that's the same for Milestone. I think he only really knew about Milestone
because of Static Shock.
Because of Static.
Yep.
Not even because of the comic Static, but because
of the cartoon
Static Shock animated series.
Right. And now
to the point that
now let me do this. I'm gonna stop it real quick because I want to juxtapose something that would make this that would bring more sense to this, right? So again, I brought up the post. Only 4 people liked it, and some people said, "Nah, I'm good." And some people said, "Nah, I'm good on bro," because bro made his stance then. You know what I'm saying? So so for context, hold on real quick. So let me share this real quick. This is Rob. This is from, hold on. When was this? 9 years ago, right? 91,000 views. Just listen. Just listen. I'm not even gonna talk. Just listen.
So what I want to do here is have a discussion about Static. And what I'm hoping is that at the end of all this, not only will you stop asking me to make this video in the comments, but you'll also have a strong understanding of his character and why it was that he was made. So in 1993, in order to rectify an underrepresentation of minorities in mainstream comic books, a group of African-American comic creators, including Dwayne McDuffie, Dennis Cowan, Michael Davis, and Derek Dingle, founded Milestone Media, a company that would go on to launch a line of comics that featured African-American protagonists. As a result,
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You did it 9 years ago. You did it 9 years ago. You know what he could have easily did? Hey, man, I got you. And just re-uploaded this video. Just re-uploaded this video. He did it 9 years ago. So to say if this is just black politics and this is this and this is that and all this moonwalking dancing, spinning around, all these excuses, you did it 9 years ago. What's the difference between then and now? You got over 2 million subscribers. Majority of your subscribers of a different hue than you, right? You wanted to educate people when you didn't have the numbers, but now that you got the numbers, ew, black politics. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, that makes what Ernie and other people are saying have validity. That's all I'm saying. It makes it have validity. And you didn't have to dive up the deep end, bro. All you had to do is say, if you feel that way, you know what? I got a video for you. And re-upload it the same damn video. They would have never knew that this video was from 9 years ago. But what Rob did not do is go back into the past like my man the angry video game nerd. He didn't travel back to the past. Then say, you know what? I got you. You know what? If you feel that way, I hate that you feel that way, but you know what? I got you. Pull the damn video. It'd be like, bam, there you go. It would have shut everybody up. No. But if you listen to the beginning of that, it sounds like I didn't really want to do that, but y'all was begging me to do it, so I'm just doing it just be doing it. Honestly. And then what does he do? Go into the history of Milestone. That's all. And remember, this is a fan that's watching your content that is going to be critical of you. That is a part of life. If you're in this YouTube space, people are going to be critical of you. People are going to do reaction videos to you. People are going to say things about you. It's just, it comes with the territory. Fine, cool, all right. You know how much hate did I got when I was covering Jonathan Majors? All right, cool. Right? It's the way that you respond to things that gets people to think. You know what I'm saying? That gets people to think. And then you double down and say, well, I follow this, that, and the other that I know don't like Negroes. I know they don't like Negroes, but I give them a shot. But you in Milestone Comics and what you asked me for, that's just too black politics, and I don't want to go for that. That's why people think you a coon. It's the truth. All right. I just wanted to interject that, you know what I mean? So I could be able to bring some clarity to why my feeling, this is more my feelings and not just complete logical thought. Because again, dude could do whatever he wants to. It's up to y'all if you want to watch his channel. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you if you want to watch his channel. But to already do a video and be just so dismissive of somebody asking you just to basically do that again, that's why people are calling you a coon, buddy. Sorry. It is what it is now.
He even calls Static Shock, even though that's not actually Static.
Okay, we just emotional. Fine, that's fair.
Story altogether, though. But if you want to know why, that's why.
So then I responded and said, that's why I hit you up to check in. I wanted it straight from you. I honestly can't lie and say it doesn't break my heart. You actually fuck with racists like Nerdrotic and Critical Drinker. Fuck the video shit. You cover what you want. I stand by that. But you can't give me a reason that would make sense to me why you fuck with people like them. They are OD racist, insidiously anti-black, two of the most homophobic and transphobic men in our circle. Others, seeing you follow them pretty much endorses their bullshit. I hate to see it, and it made me seriously question some things you've said and done in the past now. Try to make me understand. I'm willing to listen. Maybe I got it wrong. I'm willing to give grace, but I can't promise I'll like the answer. Now, Rob responds a little bit more immediately than what he would normally do. And I'm going to tell you why, and it's because of two reasons. One, he was angry at me. And two, I'm willing to gamble he was hurt. He had hurt feelings. I can promise you that, because the way he was responding to me basically just kind of gave the game away. It almost kind of reminded me of times when, like, you have like a breakup, like you got somebody you're dating and then like, y'all break up and like, while y'all might talk all the time, but like people are really like quick to fire back responses, and like some of those responses feel kind of petty and whatnot. That's what it kind of felt like to me.
Okay, so I want to address this comment just real quick, because it's not sticking in my craw. I get your team, Rob. And again, I've said it, and I'm gonna say it again. Rob can do what the hell he wants to do. It's Rob's channel. Rob can do what he wants to do. Here's the issue, right? Here's the issue with that, or the issue that people are having, that you get your feelings hurt because people see you following, racist bigots online, and you try to cover that up as like, basically, I'm just following them to see what the other side is saying. You know what I mean? Okay. But when it comes to someone asking you to cover something that, we all want to see, which again, he's done it before. This is not like they didn't do it again. It's not like he hasn't done it. He's done it. You know what I'm saying? Then you get defensive and you go on this whole, this whole thing about, why people think you're a coon and why you follow Neurotic and you did all of this, and then you go into the black politics thing. People that are fans are going to be emotional, right? People are going to be fans. Fans are emotional. That's why they're short for fanatic. Do you know what a fanatic is? A fanatic is damn near a crazy person. That's why they call it short for fan. Because we're going to be crazy about the things that you do because we like what you do. We follow what you do, right? So when people are looking at you and they're a fan and they're not the majority fan and they want to feel, hey, I know you cover this, that, and the other, but can you cover this? And you completely blow them off, even though you did it in the past. Yeah, that fan is going to be hurt and they're going to call you out on that. It's like, I mean, look at Drake's career after going against Kendrick Lamar. We had 50,000 people at the Super Bowl, more than that, calling this dude a pedo, calling him Geppetto. A minor. I mean, and Drake's career ain't been the same since. Calling him out for, you know what I'm saying, for using black culture for your personal gain, where really that's not who you are. And Rob is kind of feeling, all I'm saying is he's kind of feeling that heat. He's kind of feeling that heat. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah, I agree that he shouldn't have to do anything he doesn't want to do. But you know what I mean? But don't do it before and then you want to cover it up with some mess later on. That's all I'm saying. Makes you look like a hypocrite.
Yeah, and which is wild considering I don't think we were really all that close. I think I was actually one of the few black people that Rob interacted with other than his wife. He claims he has other black friends, but I find that doubtful. Just based on some things he said and done. But then he sends me this video. And once again, this is like a almost 9.5 minute video. He just dropped the video like he said, hey, watch this. And we watch this video. And this is going to answer all your questions.
Instead of talking to him.
Technically, he was correct. It answered all my questions. I don't think I gave him the response he was hoping for, because my immediate response to this video was, I said I was right.
That's all it is.
I wasn't going to like the answer. I was like, I don't follow either of them or anyone like
exactly,
them.
Torian. Exactly.
I'm aware of the racist, hateful shit they say. I have plenty of ways to suss that shit out without giving the appearance of endorsing them. How would you feel if you knew I followed Charlie Kirk or Candace Owens or Donald Trump or David Duke? Would that shit sit right with you? And Rob's response, honestly, I kind of saw coming a mile away. And it was basically what let me know, yeah, we were done. We were done. Like, whatever it is that anyone thought we were, that shit wasn't happening no more. And he basically said, it wouldn't matter to me because it has no effect on me or my life, but you do you, home slice. So when I saw that, honestly, I was going to leave it right there. But then, like about a little over 30 minutes later, he comes back and says, oh, and one last thing, as far as giving the appearance of endorsing them, you just found out I followed them today or yesterday. I've been following them for over 6 months. If I was endorsing them, you would have found out a long time ago. And he posts a screenshot of, you know, part of the thread, like the thread that I had put out, which is kind of funny because he posted it about roughly around the same time that I was typing the message that I'm showing you guys now. I actually sent it immediately after. He didn't respond, which honestly, I don't care. Yeah, it is what it is. But my response, I thought, even in that, was gracious. Because I saw the fuck off after, literally right as I was hitting enter, he had sent that. He sent the now fuck off part. So I was like, you know what? Whatever. I was like, you know, let the chips fall where they may. I was like, he and I, we are officially enemies now at this point. That's what that is. But basically, I just said to leave it where it was sure, whatever.
I mean, yo. I mean, damn it. You again, you can't get you know, this is what I'm saying. People, again, he could do what he wants to do. He could do what he want to do. But when somebody is actually talking to you about something that they're deep about, again, you gotta see it from their point of view instead of being emotional. Again, somebody told me to F off. Oh yeah, I've already went through my little spat. You know what I'm saying? I already went through my spat, but with my YouTuber, you know what I mean? And I was done. I feel Ernie on there. I was done. Once I found out dude was following like Eric July and you know, he couldn't wait to get to the critical, it was like the Geeks and Gamers thing so he could be able to meet them and all that. I'm like, ugh. Yo, you follow this guy and seen the videos that he shot with Eric July and all the crap that they were saying. I'm like, this is so anti-black, it's ridiculous. And people who know me, my cousin Manute know me, I am pro-black to the fullest. I am not anti-white. I'm not anti-nothing. But I damn sure go defend my people. You know what I'm saying? I'm damn sure go defend my people. And when I seen that, I was like, oh, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that one. So, I you know what I mean? Like, I mean, and Ernie really is cooking him. Sure, whatever. Anyway, I hope you get your shit together, dude. I used to have a lot of respect for you, but like seriously, fuck views, fuck subs, fuck internet fame, fuck rubbing elbow, fuck all of that. This all lives matter. I don't know what that means. Nazi might be right. Bullshit, you're on to the next level weird. Please seek help. Golly, this is just yow.
Anyway, hope you get your shit together, dude. I used to have a lot of respect for you. Like, seriously. Fuck views, fuck subs, fuck internet fame, fuck
Dr.
rubbing
Carpy.
elbows, fuck all of that. This all lives matter. MGTOW, Nazis might be right bullshit you're on is next level weird. Please seek help. The bullet point of that video he sent me was basically to say that he follows Critical Drinker and Nerdrotic because he gave some screed about his dad telling him, oh, you got to know what both sides are saying. You got to know what both sides are saying. Okay, I'm sure your dad actually told you that bullshit, but here's the thing I don't think he told you. I don't think he told you to actually like follow them, like to actually like you have their shit show up on your social media feed. I'm almost positive that might not have been the exact sentiment.
Getting into the whole conversation, right, about one of the, like, people started to figure out that, like, I follow Critical Drinker and Nerdrotic on Twitter. Yeah. I mean, if somebody tweeted out and asked that question, do you follow
all right, Miss Roberta
Critical Drinker? I would have been like, yep. Now, why do I follow them? Because when I was younger, my dad gave me a really good piece of advice, which was this. He said, if you're going to stand for something, then you need to know what the other side believes. And you need to know what the other side stands for. And you...
That's the right... Okay. Now you understand why I said it's stuck in my crawl that he said you need to know what the other side is saying. You need to know what the other side stands for. Doesn't that equate to when black people are asking you, hey, would you just do this? You know what I'm saying? What kind of response did you give to that? It's the way that it was responded, right? And it made it sound, you literally, and this is now that I know the full context, it's buttery biscuit activity, Rob. You are now officially, you tasting the biscuits, big dog. Extra butter sauce. Oh, I'm talking about the honey. You got the honey sauce all in there. Yeah, you know what? I gotta do something real quick. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. It's just a 1 minute. I'm taking a 1 minute commercial break. Whoo! Extra butter sauce on this one, big dog. I'm gonna be right back. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back with more of the Drake Mack Show.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Now you can own one of the greatest gospel albums ever on the road, with only giant hits and legendary stars.
Biscuit. I know the truth about it. I love. Oh, how I love this biscuit. Oh, how I love this biscuit. It is the best biscuit. I know.
This treasury is not sold in stores, and when you call the toll-free number now, you also get another entire album of all-time gospel favorites.
We now return to the Transformers.
All right, let's finish this video up. We still got about 13 minutes left, so let him cook.
You need to listen to what the other side has to say, not because you respect them, not because you like them, but because you are not right 100% of the time. and they are not wrong 100% of the time.
What up,
And
Tina?
how could you possibly know whether or not you're right if you reject any opinion other than your
Hey,
own?
D-Sizzle, you know
At
what to
that
do.
point, you're just confirming your own views over and over and over again, right? And so that's why I follow them. I don't like or respect Critical Drinker or Nerdrotic, and I have no problem admitting that publicly. If I happen to bump into them at a Comic-Con, and they're like, "Oh my God, your comics explained. We're huge fans."
Damn, the
Do you
boys
wanna
are
get a beer?"
fighting.
I would just be like, "No," and then I would leave, right? But I do listen to them because it's entirely possible that they have an opinion out there somewhere that actually changes and it gives me reason to rethink my own viewpoints. That maybe I'm not actually as right as I've been telling myself I am this entire time.
This is a sick Negro.
Real talk. If you need a white supremacist, if you need to follow a white supremacist, two of them.
Oh, you got to start from the
bear in
beginning,
mind, two
Tina.
Completely different white supremacists. In order to make sure that you're on the right side of things, or you're hoping that they can give you some information that's gonna maybe change your worldview on something. Like, look, if you ever find yourself in agreement with a white supremacist, you need you need to revisit some shit. Yeah. Please seek help. I don't need white supremacists to let me know that I'm on the right side of things, okay? Maybe if you're morally compromised or morally bankrupt, and honestly, I think Rob is. I also think
Make sure you guys get the likes up. Get the likes up.
Anti-black
or down it.
Because he leaps at opportunities to shit on other black people, which is kind of funny because I've seen him actually talk about how, like, the people who are the most racist to me are other black people.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Hold on. I gotta stop it. I literally said that. I was talking to, I forgot. Was I talking to my brother about this? Or did I say this on the stream yesterday? But I was like, when I said that Rob doesn't look like the dude who will cover Milestone, okay, Alvin Rodriguez yesterday was saying that's not right. You was crapping on how dude looks, right? You were crapping on how dude looks. That's the reason why you say he doesn't look like he followed Milestone Company, because of the way he looks. And I thought about that. And I came to the conclusion after looking, I went back and looked at his old videos when he first started. Yesterday, I was just in my mode. And I was looking, I was like, bro, he looks like, and just being honest. Yeah, it was me and Rico. So I was like, he looks like the type of dude, he was a heavy set, light-skinned dude with curly hair. And I think he grew up, and I could be wrong, I think he grew up in Kentucky or whatever. He looked like he got teased by black people. Just, you know what I'm saying? For not being totally black. You know what I'm saying? And, and plus he loved nerd stuff. And like I said, I love nerd stuff, and I got teased. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hella pro-black, and I'm hella black. You know what I'm saying? I still got teased. It probably took him to another destination because his family dynamic or whatever. I don't know, but he probably had a problem with black people teasing him when he was growing up. And that's just God's honest truth. And some people either go one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? Either they go into the way of cracking back and because you know how black people are. If you roast back and you're good at roasting, they gonna respect you no matter what color you are. You know what I'm saying? Because damn, you know what I'm saying? You could Jones with us and all of that. But if you can't, and you get in your feelings, you gonna go the opposite way. A big time opposite way. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying, when I said that statement, Alvin, and you was about to be in the shadow bed for 55 months, that's what I was getting at. He don't look like the dude who's going to cover Milestone Comics because he looked like the dude who was getting teased a lot by other black folks and he couldn't roast back. That's all it was. So he looked like he stepped back and went into whatever tribe he was in, which is fine, but just don't clown black people because you couldn't clown back. That's what it is.
we watching women's basketball, it's not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
But literally, I saw him doing this. Like someone actually told me about how he used to talk shit about Angel Reese for no other reason than the fact that she was a black woman. Honestly, that right there in and of itself is a whole other host of problems. But to get us back on task, the reason why I took umbrage with him following white supremacists outside of the obvious is that it's like, well, here's the thing. I don't really follow anything that I don't want to see. Like, I can keep up with what Nerdrotic and Critical Drinker and Heels versus Babyface and Young Rippa and Melanie Mack and Geeks and Gamers and all of these other people,
the Eric July's
in
Mayor McNugget
and just very
Stevie Knight,
bigoted and misogynistic, homophobic, transphobic views, people who are literally like they brush their teeth with anti-blackness. I don't have to follow them to know what they say. I know what they say. I have ways of finding out what they say. I don't need a play-by-play, blow-by-blow of what they do. And honestly, that's what you get if you follow somebody. Now, once again, he only follows 215 people. And just based on how my social media algorithm works, I follow over 1,000 people on Threads. And I don't think that it really goes outside of the spectrum of comic book artists and writers, wrestlers, actors, singers, Instagram baddies, cosplayers. Yeah, cosplayers. Like maybe the odd video game developer, and political activists. Those are like the 8 types of people I follow. And my feed is largely like political activism, titties, ass, political activism, video games.
Calm
anime,
down, Ernie.
Titties, ass. That's my feed.
Calm it down, Ernie.
So what you're telling me is that like, yeah, it's like, okay, comic book shit. Oh, white supremacy. Oh, comic book shit. White supremacy. That's basically what his feed is.
He is. He's with 2.6 million subscribers. He's going to cover. He's going to cater to an audience.
A lot of things that were said that you said about like people like Nerdrotic and Critical Drinker. I didn't watch their videos, like not on their channels or anything. I didn't follow them. I downloaded them off of YouTube and then watched them in my own time. I don't give them I don't give them metrics. I don't give the appearance of enjoying their content. Like, they get nothing from me. Like, if you see me watching a nerd, even like on my live streams where we've like responded to shit that like Nerdrotic and Critical Drinker and other people like them, even in those live streams, we're not watching their video on their channel. That video has been downloaded from their channel without even clicking on the video. Thus, they get nothing from me. It seemed like a very piss poor excuse. Because honestly, I know what happened. I think now that I think about it, I think I know what video he's talking about. I think he's actually talking about the Nerds of Culture live stream. I think he tuned in for it. And I think that's where he got that other stuff from. Because he kept thinking about the 2.3. But I think he was actually thinking about the live
for real. He went down.
I was very loud and proud about what I had to say about him, because by that point evidence had already mounted against him, and there was really nothing he could say to beat the charges. And that was also kind of where people were trying to defend him, saying, oh, it was research. And notice how he used that very same line of thinking when he tried to defend himself for all of like 30 or 40 seconds in a 9.5 minute video. But then the other thing that came up, and this was one of the things like, this is kind of where I was defending him actually, and he just didn't realize it. I don't care if he doesn't talk about Milestone Media on his channel. I knew before y'all knew that he didn't like Milestone Media, and it's kind of funny because it actually came up in a live stream. Like he basically, like, Carter and I were talking about Milestone, and he was just really quiet. He didn't have anything to say. Just was what it was. And also, I want to point out too, Rob, I think he doesn't like being black. Like, even the little bit that he is. I mean, think about it. Look at his profile pic on like Twitter and on YouTube.
He's going there. He's going there. I mean, damn.
Literally a white man. It's not him. He is at least a dozen shades darker than his profile pic in real life, but yet he has the picture of a white man on his YouTube channel.
This is a sick Negro.
That's crazy. That's a whole new next level of wild shit. And then to top it all off, just everything else. His
Hey, hold up. Damn, I wish I had Tina. Hey, Tina's still here. I need the ether sound. I need the beginning of the ether. I need they not like us playing something because damn, Ernie.
Like him dumbing down Milestone Media to FUBU.
Milestone Comics is effectively FUBU within comic books, right? It is black superheroes created by black faces.
Hey, again, that's why I told y'all when I said that. If you go back and watch my video reaction to his first this video, you hear me say, because I'm trying not to get emotional. Because I'm trying to say logical, but what you're saying, taste the biscuits, taste the goodness of the biscuit. Oh boy.
That's the only black-owned brand that Rob actually knows about. Let's just go keep that a buck. But he dumbs it down to FUBU and then says, it doesn't resonate with me.
There are some stories that just don't resonate with me. And Milestone's one of them. It just didn't resonate with me on a personal level.
I'll give him credit. He did say earlier in that, I think that was like an 8-something minute video. He did say earlier in that video, he was kind of dancing around a lot of shit. But like in that video, he did say that he thought Milestone was important and that it was something that needed to exist.
Again, that's why I brought up the video that he did 9 years ago.
But it was also within the same breath, he was like, yeah, but I don't give a fuck about that shit. Once again, this is a video to fault him for not liking Milestone.
You did say it, Rico.
But I will say, it does strike me as a little sus that you like the black character who was a all lives matter, both sides are, and honestly was even kind of seen as problematic by other black people, which I feel like Rob really identifies with because I noticed that some of the things he was talking about in various other threads, he was one of those people who's very adamant that he was like, oh, I don't want to be the voice of black politics. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that. That's not my thing. And ultimately, in the last video that you put up talking about, I'll address this, it basically all boiled down to centrism. Like Rob basically bragged about being an enlightened centrist. I mean, he didn't call himself an enlightened centrist, but I mean, he was basically the enlightened centrist meme, that whole, there's fault on both sides. Look, I get it. Yes. Is there fault on both sides?
Sorry,
sure.
Stupid.
But when people talk about they don't want to share their political opinions or they don't want to take a political stance, that's honestly that's shorthand, at least to me. In my experience, I've generally been right about this, when dealing with people like this. In my life, when I have encountered people who say that, oh, I don't like talking about politics, or, oh, I don't really like sharing my political opinions, or I don't really like diving into the political arena, it's usually for one of two reasons. It's usually because they're afraid that you're either going to find out that they have either bullshit politics or no politics at all, or you have fucked up politics. And that's usually what that boils down to. Just it's one of those things like I'm not talking about oh, I don't like doing this shit at work. I mean, I'm talking about not wanting to do this shit, period, ever, on anything, regardless, no matter what. And I'm sorry, but in the day and age we live in, you might have been able to get away with that prior to 2016, but in the day and age we live in now, I feel like if you don't stand for anything, then you stand for nothing, or you stand for the status quo. Take that how you wanna, but that's just how I look at things. And I'm sorry, but you having a platform as big as you have, and then in the same breath wanting to, I don't want to share my opinions on that stuff. I don't want to be this. I don't want to be that. I mean, it's your prerogative. You
said the same thing I said.
At least should have a better excuse than fault on both sides. And that's something that Rob's been throwing around for a while, that whole fault on both sides. Fault on both sides. I'm not going to pick a side, but fault on both sides. And because
haven't we talked about you two, especially during the Jonathan Majors case? Remember, we pointed out people riding the fence. You know what I'm saying? Had them riding the fence. You know what I mean? Don't want to give some information because I don't want to seem like I'm pro this and I don't want to seem like I'm pro that. You had other people out here just blatantly lying. You know what I mean? All this riding the fence and I'm just saying, we dealt with this during the Jonathan Majors case. What up, Blue? Yeah, do the video. Do the roar. You know what I'm saying? So the fence riding. You know what I'm saying? I don't care for the I did it and I did it.
Just a really easy way for people to not pick a side, to be a fence sitter, to be a both sideser. You're a coward. That's basically what you are. When people tell me that they're a centrist, that's just a really fancy word to tell me you're a coward, that you stand for nothing, that you'll literally just stand idly by because you don't have an opinion on anything, at least not a good one or one that wasn't already spoon-fed to you. And I mean, and based on the fact that he's following white supremacists and thinking that they have valuable opinions, I have to question, what opinions do they have that he finds valuable? Like,
and again, I said, I understand where he's coming from. Like, if you look from a, if you look at, the way that he is, logically, I can understand why he said that. That don't make it right. That doesn't make it right. I logically can understand because look, that's the side that you want to listen to. You want to listen to what they got to say. Logically, again, you can do what you want to do. That don't make it right. Like I said, Chris Rock said you can drive a car with your feet. That doesn't make it a good idea. So Rob can do what he want. I wouldn't, but yeah, whatever.
Honestly, I didn't even mean to really sit here and talk about this shit for this long. But yeah, I wanted to address this shit, and I wanted to address it in a way that felt genuine and honest, and basically tell you guys my side of the story, because I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, well, Rob hasn't, at least to my knowledge, he hasn't named my name in any of this. My thing is, I don't care. I don't care. I like, honestly, I have nothing to gain from this because a lot of my followers are Rob's followers. So if anything, I stand more to lose than I do to gain. So, you know, it is what it is. If you've made it this far in the video, I would just say, if you are in your feelings because I don't like your favorite comic book YouTuber because he traffics with white supremacists, that says a lot more about you than it does about me. I want y'all to sit and chew on that. And Rob, if you end up watching this video, I hope you do the same. And I still keep that same sentiment. I do hope you get help because you are a sick Negro. You are not only just a sick Negro, you have effectively become, and I think maybe you always were, you were a token. Always remember, tokens get spent. That is their only purpose. So enjoy resting within the warm, wet snatch of white supremacy. I hope that it doesn't spend you too quickly. Anyway.
Peace. Damn, Ernie. Damn. I gotta get up out of here. And when he said token, I'm over here with my South Park shirt. You know what I'm saying? Where we're token at? Right there. Like, God, no. Ooh. Ernie, I don't need to get on your bad side. Shit, we gotta fight. Hey, I'm just saying, Rob, you gotta square up now. Damn that, bro. You gotta square up. You gotta have a blurred fight. You gotta square up now. Oh, but yeah. Anyway, I got to get up out of here. Thank you for all of the people who came into this live. It's like 123 people in here at one time. I appreciate you guys. I got to get up out of here because I got to go to work. But man, what did you guys think about this video? Whoa. Put it in the comment section below and let me know what you think. But again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to get that bell notification so you can never miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe, man. Where is the outro at? God, no, they got to square up. But until then, I got to go. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.